You can always tell when it's cold in Minnesota in the winter by the sky. Clear sky means cold temps. The thermometer outside my kitchen window said -4. And it feels every bit of that. It's amazing. It was 30 degrees yesterday. It really crashed down overnight. But the animals kind of came through it just fine, I'd say. You can see that is the weight and the lead that I had on that white dog, so she's back off of it again. I had to charge up my GPS collars overnight, so I put her back on there just so I could sleep at night, to be honest. The idea of her running off in the middle of the night and me not being able to track her down, it was just, I didn't want to deal with that in my head overnight. But yeah, when I came up this morning, the animals were all clustered up in the trees because there's a slight breeze, but you definitely feel all of it when it's this cold. What do you think, Shep? She's a very calm dog. I'm really hoping that excursion she went on 2 days in a row was kind of out of her system now, and she's gonna be a much better dog. She's been off her lead during the day for several days now. You can see the dogs are enjoying a treat. They have some eggs in here, and Puppers is chewing on a lamb bone. We had leg of lamb, and Ann made. Oh my goodness! Don't look at me for protection. If you mess with the big dog, you're gonna get it. They're figuring each other out as they head towards maturity, that's for sure. But Ann made lamb ragu last night, which was just amazing, and we have like 3 Tupperware dishes full of leftovers, so I'm excited to eat that for lunch for the next couple of days. You can see how much hay they're getting, and it doesn't look like much because it's not. I'm not doing any projects on the farm, so I'm investing my time in iterative, at least 2 feedings a day, sometimes 3. Today I'm only going to do 2 because it's flipping miserable out, but this way, I mean, if you look how well this is getting cleaned up here. Yeah, I know. Here, let me see if I can get this from Bob. There you go. You can have a little bit of egg in there. Hey, let her have some. You can't really interfere too much with the dog's dominance things, but I do want them all to get a little bit. I want them all to make sure they're healthy. And this old rascal is still on a lead because I graduated her from the heavy weight to the tire, and she's still able to range around and get into the feeder and everything and get down out of the wind if she wants to. But it just slows her down enough that I don't worry about her maybe being able to hop a fence on a drift that has since appeared since the last time I dug it out. And it seems to be working. My concern is her teaching bad habits to my long-term breeding pair right here. But she's almost sucking the marrow out of that bone. My goodness. Anyway, the animals are no worse for the wear. We are planning on, it sounds like we're going to be getting big temperature swings. Like tomorrow's going to be back to 30, and then it's going to plunge downward again. So I think where we are in Minnesota is just right on the edge where the northern weather and the southern weather is doing battle. So here, look, this is the cow. This is our cow, and that's her calf. I guess she'd be 7 months old now. Can you believe that? Look at the size of that brute. And that's a heifer too. That's not a bull calf. She is just a beautiful animal, and she's getting her horns. You see that? I really miss my Highlands, but the sheep have been wonderful for me. But it's been a great joy to see this calf grow up, and I have to make a decision about selling her. And I think I might sell her. We have a steer coming, a shorthorn steer that I bought. He's in the process of being weaned right now, and he'll be coming on to the farm for beef. And so I might sell this calf. She's 3/4 Highland, 1/4 Angus, and just a beautiful, beautiful heifer calf. Built for the cold weather, that's for sure. I'll be making a decision probably in the next couple of weeks, and if I decide to sell her, I'll put it up on here and we'll put it on our website as well. The other thing I know I have to sell soon is my Greg Judy ram. He's 3 years old, so he's been with me for a few seasons. Let's see if I can get a picture of him. There he is, and he's just a brute. He's given me many good lambs. So it's just time for me to pull in new blood, and I'm going to be doing that this summer. So if you're interested in a Greg Judy ram that's proven and mature, and he respects one hot wire, give me a shout, and we can talk about it. But it's just time for him to move on to a new set of ewes, I think. Anyway, well, good afternoon. There's that big ram. Boy, he's a chunk of meat, isn't he? Look at the size of that fella. Well, it's really turned into kind of a lovely day. You can see I've given them their second half of their feed. This is it's Bob. Hey, Bob, stop bumping me. There's the adult dog laying out there. It's warmed up to about 10 degrees, which is pretty nice. I've upped their feed by about, 10, I'll call it 10%, with the idea being that we're about 20 degrees at the high below freezing, and I just want to make sure that they have the calories available. And it's kind of like changing the oil in your car frequently. It's cheap insurance to maintain the vigor of your vehicle, and in this case the vehicle here is the animals that are going to give me lambs every year. So I'm happy to do it, and I've been kind of looking over all the different animals. I've selected pretty carefully to make sure that I have animals that all shut off, and you can kind of see none of them are going to be carrying a raggedy coat from last year. So I think I'll just go through my animals one by one and kind of show you what we're breeding with. There's Shep the dog getting some lunch. Anyway, if you are interested, I'll probably either sell him locally, but if you are interested, you can reach out to us. I think Ann has her email address put on our YouTube channel. It's ann@theburklefarm.com if you're interested in taking him on. Otherwise, I'll sell him locally. I shouldn't have too much trouble doing that. I haven't made up my mind about this little heifer calf, though. She sure is pretty. And she's taming up finally, where she's letting me within about 5 feet of her now, which is pretty good for a calf that hasn't really been handled. I've had a few people reach out to me about breeding stock, like ewes. I don't know if I'm going to be selling any ewes this year. I want to grow quite a bit. I have stocking capacity for about 100. And so unless I get very, very lucky or unlucky, depending on how you look at it, with my female to male ratio, I'll be keeping just about everything. But if you are dead set on it, I know you can reach out to me and I'll see what I have when springtime comes. It's all going to depend on what the spring does. I really like this one right here. She's all white with just one brown spot on her neck. Really pretty. If I'm walking slow, it's because these guys are right in front of me, just bothering the heck out of me. And I'm just starting to hatch plans in my mind for spring grazing. I was reading my Stockman Grass Farmer for January. It finally came in the mail. And all the articles are about planning and getting prepped for spring. So it got my wheels turning about where do I want to start on the farm grazing, and how soon do I go over to the rented land, how do I time that with lambing and all of that. But that'll probably be a different video. This one I just am enjoying the weather. It's sunny out, and I just wanted to show off the beautiful animals. Like, look at this one right here. She's like velvety smooth, all white, really pretty. Man, I got some. It's probably the best choice I ever made was to buy that Greg Judy ram and put it on my Katahdin flock. It really just brought forth a ton of vitality. This is one of my originals. This is the first ewe or lamb that was ever born on my farm. So she's basically an original. And she came out of that one right there. Oh, all right, Shep, you can have some pets. This guy is not part of my long-term plan because he's got a date. I could get him a date. I could have gotten him a date earlier, but I want to flush him out with grass. When you're not feeding grain to animals, I want him to have some fat on him. So we're going to flush him out with grass all spring and into June, and then we'll send him to the butcher. And it's not like we're running out of beef, so it'll be all right. She is going to stay on the farm. She's going to keep the ram, the Katahdin ram I'm having company. Oh, you're going to get kicked. Be careful, Shep. Isn't that something that cow just tolerates that? You don't mind, do you, 14? Anyway, I don't have much on my mind. I'm just really enjoying the day, and I like watching the animals. All right. Have a good day.